today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
On first down, Wilson. And his first look is incomplete. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. That's exactly what he got done there.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes the Patriots offense as they'll get their first shot at things here. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there were many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan. all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to...
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Pats, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. These two teams all tied after 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here at MetLife Stadium to take the season series 2-zip. Throwing, Jones. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he is all the way up past the 25. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now Jones. Quick slant caught by Chase. Touchdown, Patriots. Jamar Chase. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Throwing on first down. Jones over the middle. That's caught by Chase. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now they face face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will do it for this first half. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And just a field goal separating these two sides as they've gone to halftime. A touchdown pass for Trey Lance in that one. From there, we'll head to Washington to check out the football team at home at FedEx Field. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Odell Beckham, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down now, it's Parks. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On second down, it's Parks. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Parks.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Oh, Zeke with a quick feed. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Patriots have it. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones flushed to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though,
Yeah.
because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 35 on second down, Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. High throw, but the catch is made. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Quick slant, finding Claypool. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Kyle Duggar. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off inside the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And some room to roam now. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. 155 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. And
he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. John Franklin Myers able to record his 5th sack of the season. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Looking to throw. Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, we could have had our shutout.
And they'll get this down to the 10. His career rushing numbers just continue to rise with that last carry. He surpasses 12,280 yards and also surpasses Marshall Faulk. Powers passed him at the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Claypool. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Wilson will throw again. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot for Wilson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Pats, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week.
Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah. How
does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Wall. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they?
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Christian Barmore in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
They just gave up a sack there. If I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So here come the Patriots now on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
On second down now, it's Parks, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw on second and 10. Jones, man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. A second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. A handoff, Swift running to the left. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down. Wall found his target. It's Anderson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Wall. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's taken down inside the 30.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, it's Parks. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On 3rd down, Parks. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, it's Parks, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. It's complete. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, as the 1st half is winding down. And the Patriots will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the visiting Browns who were able to steal one on the road. Baker Mayfield leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. The Packers are still holding on as the win gets them to 9-6 now on the year with 1 game to go. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 124 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off play action. Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now Jones on first down. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wall That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who gets it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people out front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough. Looking to throw. Wall. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Wall. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wall. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control. And
you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Pats extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by one more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They go play action here on first down. Oh, there's Gallup. Nice catch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Wall into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Wall. Anderson loses the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. A gain of 3, second down. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got. And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding. He finds an opening past the 40. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there. I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions. We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On third down, Wall. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New England, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Detroit, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as